This Olympic Games is my fourth one, but it still feels like it's my first. Just it's a different venue, different country, different atmosphere, different people on the team. I'm swimming different events, less events. So everything's different. And yeah, I mean, I think I'm a different person than I was 4 years ago. So.
Perfect. We'll open it up for questions. We have about 20 minutes. You're in the front.
Datian Diaz from Swim Swam. Where in California are you going to be training?
I don't really know just yet. I know it's been on my bucket list to move to the West Coast ever since I was a little kid, so I'm definitely going to get that chance when I get back to the States. So I should be on the West Coast anytime between September and October.
Last night you said that you would see Phelps in Tokyo. I'm curious why you said that and if you think you'll be in Tokyo.
I'm not really thinking about Tokyo as much as thinking about taking a break right now. I've never taken a break since I started swimming. I've taken a month off, but every day beating up your body, training countless of hours for so many years, it takes a toll. And being my age, it definitely took a toll. And I mentally need to recover. I need to get away from the sport and relax and take a vacation. I've never taken a vacation. I've been to Fiji, Bahamas, all these different places, but it was always for an appearance or something. So I'm definitely going to be taking a vacation, shutting my phone off, getting away from everyone, and just relaxing. And then I'm not done in the sport. There's so much more I want to accomplish in the sport of swimming, so I'm not done yet. I don't know when I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back when I'm ready. But I do know when I do come back, I'm going to be more determined than I've ever been. I can guarantee that.
Thank you.
Ryan, you mentioned moving to the West Coast in terms of coaching and what the future looks like when you do come back. Do you know who you'll be with and maybe what events you might be looking to focus on or dropping from what you're doing now?
I can't really answer that question just because the only thing I'm thinking about is a break. You know how I said when I come back, I'm definitely going to be more determined than I've ever been. And I guarantee that. I know that because I know for years now I've been wanting a break. I just was scared to take it because I wanted to come to 2016. And I didn't want to fall short of making the team. So I don't know where I'll be training. I know former swimmer that I'm good friends with, Connor Dwyer. I will want to train with him. Depending on where he ends up, I think that will be a good move for me. He's one of the hardest trainers I've ever seen and trained with. So training with him will be definitely fun. Just don't know where we're going to be training.
So Ryan, after 3 years, it sounds like the Charlotte part of your life is over. I know that you didn't get the results you wanted last night. Talk about those 3 years and, now that it's over, kind of your thoughts on Charlotte and that period of your life.
I think moving to Charlotte was the right choice for my swimming. I started becoming a big fish in a little pond at University of Florida. And I think I was just getting mentally and physically tired of it. But my swimming career started there. That's where all my success came from. That's why I was able to do the training that I did in Charlotte. Training completely different than what I'm used to because I had that background. And the coaching staff at University of Florida definitely helped me out. who knows if I will return to University of Florida and train under Greg Troy and my weight coach there, Matt Delancey. I could see that happening. I could see me going to the West Coast and training at Cal or at USC. I'm kind of up for anything, but I'll make that decision after I'm done recovering from my break.
Ryan, over this way. Given how long you've been at the Olympic and World Championship level, your accomplishments, the programs you took on, you perhaps are the best person to put into context what we're seeing from Michael this week. I know you've been asked numerous times, if you wouldn't mind just giving us, your similar age to him and how you're feeling, and if you could give us some context, that would be great. Thank you.
There's no doubt in my mind, the program that we do is the hardest out there. You don't see swimmers in this age doing multiple events in different disciplines, but we love racing, and I think that's why me and Michael, we do so many different events, is we just love that excitement of getting on those blocks and just racing. So I mean, it's definitely, it's really hard. You have to train for it. And what was your other question? Part of that.
What we're seeing from him this week.
What's
your perspective, given that you're right there with him?
Being able to, after 2012, he took a break. He took like a year or two off, and a lot of things happened in his life where it changed him. And everything happens for a reason. I definitely believe that. And everything that's been thrown at him, he's overcome. And I think it just was a little fuel for his fire. And that break that he took, I think definitely helped him, because he came back with more of a purpose. He was more determined, and he's on fire now. And so he has 2 more races, and I'm definitely going to be in the stands getting behind him and cheering him to hopefully victory.
Ryan, there's a version of last night's race that you won. If you were living in Canada, you saw it on the CBC. It was called, the entire race was called as if you won because they got their lanes mixed up. Are you aware of it?
No.
Will you run? Will you run? I suggest you go to YouTube and take a look at it. It's an alternate reality.
Definitely make a joke of that one. Going into that race, I felt amazing. That whole day, at warm-up, in the ready room, that first half of the race, I felt great. Something happened during that transition between back and breaststroke. It felt like someone jumped on my back and I was carrying like multiple people on me. I don't know what happened. It fell apart. But, you win some, you lose some. It is what it is. I can't dwell about it. It happened. It's in the past, so I just got to move on. And, I think it's a blessing in disguise, I want to say, because, it's something that I definitely did not want to do in my Rio games that way. But I think it was a little ignition for a little spark that's inside me that will definitely help me coming back in the water with a purpose and being more determined for hopefully 2020.
Canadian record books, you have an extra ball.
All right, sweet. We'll just put that on the board.
Ryan, you have been adamant that you think Michael will come back. I mean, is that to some degree you just having fun with him, and then also just having gotten to know him as well as you have? I mean, do you think he will have an easier time feeling fulfilled away from the pool, when he takes a break this time?
He said he was gonna retire after 2012, and I was the only person that said he's gonna come back. I think he's gonna come back again, just because when you get to this stage, we thrive off that excitement of getting on those blocks and racing the 7 best other swimmers in the world. We love that excitement. We love that challenge. And now that he's found a different purpose in the sport of swimming, I think he's going to come back. And because he wants that challenge. He wants to push his limits. And I think that's why we still do it, especially at our age. We're pushing our limits. We're going to see how far we can go. And that's why I feel like he's going to come back. And I know I'm definitely going to come back. So I definitely want him there because we bring the best out of each other. And we help push each other. So, and I would like to say, I think USA needs us. Especially Michael, he's been the backbone of Team USA for since 2000. So I definitely hope he comes back at the same time I do.
Beck?
Hey Ryan. So many amazing swimmers have come out of MAC. Can you tell us what it is like training in a program like this, and specifically training under David Marsh, and what that meant to you?
I've never been to a swim program that had so many exceptional swimmers. They've been unbelievable, from all different disciplines. They're like the world-class swimmers in their events. I mean, it's pretty amazing to be a part of that. And I felt at home as soon as I got there, which was awesome. And even though the training style was completely different than I'm used to, I was able to adapt to the program just because of the swimmers on the team. One of my good friends, Cullen Jones, he was on the team, so he definitely helped me out. It took some time getting used to David Marsh's program, but I definitely got used to it, and I think that move to Charlotte was a good choice for me. I don't know if I'm going to stay there. I always wanted to go to the West Coast, so we'll see what happens.
What are your thoughts on the performance of Katie Ledecky here in Rio?
She's a phenom. That's all I can say. And she's getting so much faster that she's starting to beat my times in distance events, which is crazy. Yeah, anytime she gets in that water, she's going to do something amazing. She's just so young and she has so much determination. And she's so gifted and she just loves the sport. You can see it. You can see it when she trains. You can see it every day, her just being in the water. And she has a natural feel for it. So she's going to keep doing it, and she's going to keep breaking records. There's no doubt in my mind that she will.
Ryan, you mentioned training with Connor, and you guys have your background as skaters together. What do you think each of you would derive from that? And if you did go back to Gainesville, would things have to maybe change? I know you said when you left Greg that the yardage was a lot, and that was, with your age, kind of an issue. So I guess both of those things.
To answer your second one first, I think if I take a break mentally and physically from the sport, I think when I come back, I think I will be more prepared and more ready to take on that task of doing yardage, putting my body through sets that people don't even think about. And I think I will be able to do that once I take that time off, which I definitely know I will be able to, because I'll be fully mentally recovered. And training with Connor at Florida was amazing. He just trained so well, and he's improved so much in the past couple of years that I definitely want to keep training with him, because he does IM too. He does other strokes other than freestyle. So he's definitely a great training partner, and it's fun training against him. It's not like as soon as we go in practice, we shut up, we don't talk, we don't joke around. It's just we just swim. It's not like that at all. We joke around, we have a good time, and I think that's what I need, is to bring that smile that I used to have back into the sport.
Ryan, your dating life gets a lot of attention, and I'm wondering if you could set the record straight. There's been reports that you're on Tinder, and there's been reports that you have a girlfriend.
I am on Tinder, and I mean, that's all I can really say. I'm on Tinder. You know, my biggest relationship pretty much for almost the past 4 years have been the swimming pool. And now that I'm taking a break, I'm going to take a break, I'll settle down. You know, my biggest thing, my mom's Cuban, so I grew up with a big family. And I want a family of my own, so that's definitely something that I can see happening in the future.
Ryan, the swimming competition is almost in the end, and we had 19 records broken here in Rio. In London were 34 records, and in Beijing, 91. Do you believe you are near to the limits of the human body in swimming?
No, I think we haven't touched what the human body can do in the sport. I think a lot of factors back in 2008 were the swimsuits. I think the swimsuit made the swimmer instead of the swimmer making the suit. But now, just the group is becoming younger and younger, and they're finding different ways of getting faster. For instance, Caleb Dressel on the USCA team. He's a sophomore in college. He just finished his sophomore year, and he almost got a gold medal at the Olympics. He's young. He's 19 years old, and I remember when I first started, I was 20 when I first got my medal. So people are finding different ways of getting faster, and they're getting younger. So I mean, that's why we have records. They're meant to be broken. And swimming, the way I've been seeing it throughout my swimming career, it's getting faster, and it will keep getting faster. So.
Any last question in the back?
Ryan, you get a lot of questions about your hair, your dating life, all that kind of stuff, but when you look back at it, if not for Michael, you could be arguably the greatest American Olympic swimmer of all time, one of the greatest American Olympians of all time. Do you ever stop back and sort of reflect on that?
Sometimes. Sometimes I don't. A lot of people say if Michael wasn't swimming the same time you were, you would be the Michael Phelps. I don't know if I want to be the Michael Phelps. I want to be the Ryan Lochte. I think that's why I do so many different things with the hair, the grills, the crazy shoes, just my personality coming out there. I want to be me. I'm not taking anything away from what Michael's done. He's been an amazing ambassador for swimming, and he changed the game. He's like a Michael Jordan. And I'm just being me. I'm doing things the way I want to do it. And I don't know if I'd be the position that I'm in if it wasn't for him, because we do bring the best out of each other. We push each other on a daily basis, whether you think it or not. But we don't even have to train together. We just know we want to become the best. And that's why we're so good for each other, that we push each other on a regular basis. So to answer that question, it's yes and no.
Last question.
Ryan, Peggy Sham with TeamUSA.org. I missed the story on your hair. Can you tell it again? Exactly what color is it?
That's a good question. I do not know the color. You know, it started out with Connor Dwyer coming up to me and Jimmy, being like, hey guys, let's do something different for the games. And of course, me, my personality, I'm like, yes, let's do it. Let's do something different. Let's spice it up. So I got it done first, and then Connor backed out. And so I'm sitting there in the chair being like, great, look at me now. It started out as light bluish gray, And then the chlorine got to it and it started turning green. Now it's bluish green, gray, who knows what color it is now. I'm gonna keep it for about another couple weeks because I wanted to do this for the games. I just wanted to do something different, but I'm definitely gonna go back to my normal hair color soon.
Which is?
Well, I'm getting older, so there's a lot more gray in it now. But brownish blonde gray. Better than this. But I mean, I kind of like it. It's different. A lot of people, I get a lot of looks, so it's fun.